Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, you are going to learn the simplicity of differentiating using the first principle. And if you're new to this channel, it may interest you to know how to differentiate also using the power rule. The link I will leave in the comment section. Now, if you're ready for today's class, let's work it out on the board. But remember, when we talk about differentiation, it simply means the gradient or the slope of a curve at any given point. Now let's do it on the board. Now let's consider this diagram. Remember, this is our x and y axis. These are x-axis and this is our y-axis. Now let's take it that we have a curve. Now we're going to pick 2 points on this curve. Let's label these 2 points. Remember, at this point here, you have your x value. Okay? When you read it down to this, you have your y value. This is our curve. This curve is y is equal to f of x. Okay? So now we're going to have our y value, which is our f of x. Remember that your y is also f of x, okay? So this is our x and this is our y value. Now, if there's an increase, in this, as it goes up, there's an increase, then we're going to have a little change that is added to this first x value. So we're going to have x plus that little change, we can call it h, okay? If you take it down to the y-axis, this is what you have. You can call this f of x plus that change. Now, at this point here, we're going to have our change, which is the h. Remember, h is your change, okay? Now, at this point here, we are also going to have our change, which we can label change in y. This h, we can also say is the same thing as change in x. I hope that is clear. Now, also know that for each point there is x and y value. So here, what we have here is f of, what we are going to have there is, we are going to have the x value and the y value. At this point, you can label it point A. Then at this point B, we are also going to have our x value there is x plus h, and our y value there is f of x plus h. Now, if you know this, note that your slope or your gradient is simply, so we can say that our slope or our gradient is equal to change in y over change in x. Now, using this diagram, what will be our change in y? Our change in y is what we have here, which is f of x plus h minus your change, which is minus f of x, all over. All these are representing my change in y, which we have here. Okay, then what is our change in x? Our change in x will be the increase, which is x plus h minus this x. I hope that is clear. Now, if you simplify this, we are going to have, this will give us f of x plus h minus f of x all over. If you open up this bracket, we are going to have x plus h minus x. This will cancel this. So it will now give us f of x plus h minus f of x all over h, which is still our slope, which is our change in y over change in x. But remember that for we to get the y dx will now be equal to the limit of this particular expression as this h tends to 0. This becomes our definition for using the first principle. So this is going to be our guide as we're going to solve a lot of problems using the first principle. Now let's look at these examples. I'm going to spice it up a bit by using the power rule, which is the formula method, and also use the first principle. So ensure to stay to the end because you have a lot to learn. Remember to subscribe to this channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave your comment with us as we go through what we have. Now let's continue. So we're going to have, let's take the first one. We're going to use the power rule and then use the first principle. So we're going to start with solution. We have y is equal to x. Now what did the power rule say, which is the formula method? It says that if I have y to be equal to x to the power of n, to differentiate this, it will now become dy dx is equal to, use this power to multiply, we have n, then bring down your x, this is multiplication, okay? Subtract 1 from the power. So this is what we have in our power rule. So to differentiate this, we are going to have dy dx, because we are differentiating y and x, that is why we call it dy dx. Okay? So in that case, remember the power here is 1. So we are going to use this 1 to multiply. We have 1 will multiply x. Then we are subtracting 1 from this one, from the formula. It will be 1 minus 1 will give us 0. Remember in your indices that anything to the power of 0 is 1. So this becomes 1 multiply 1. And when you multiply 1 by 1, it gives you 1. So what does this mean? It means that if I differentiate y to equal to x, my answer is going to give me 1 as an answer using this method. Now let me show you also how to do it using the first principle. Okay, using the first principle, remember our key that dy dx is equal to ln of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h as this h tends to 0. This is what we have in our definition. Let's keep it better. As this h tends to 0. So what this means is that we are going to obey just 3 steps. The first is to add the change to each of these variables. We take that. So we are going to have to answer this. What you have is y is equal to x. So begin by adding the change. So we are going to add for y, the change in y, we are going to make it to be this. This is our change in y. You add it to your y. I hope that is clear. Is equal to, for your x, also add your change in x. So it's going to be x plus change in x. That's the first step. Add your change to each of the variables. So for y, we have change in y. For x, we have change in x. Now, what do you do next? The next step is to subtract the given function from what you have. But before then, let's simplify this. So we're going to have, make this subject, so we're going to have change in y is equal to x plus change in x. Remember, what we have here is positive y. So we're going to subtract it from both sides so that it will be removed. So in that case, here we're going to have negative y. I hope that is clear. Subtract this from both sides, so we're having negative y. Okay? Now what do we do next? The next is to replace this function here. So that will give us change in y is equal to x plus change in x minus what is our y? From the question, our y is x. So we're going to replace it with x. We have done the numerator. We have taken care of this. I hope that is clear. So what do you do now? We can easily simplify. This will give us x, we subtract. Please remember that when you have this, it is not the same as change times x. Please, these two are not the same. This is just like, is on its own, is 1. Don't split it, okay? Don't split this. Don't write it like this. It's not the same. So in that case, what do? We are going to have this x, we subtract this. So we have change in y is equal to change in x. What do you do next from here? We have done the numerator. The next is to divide by the change. Remember from our definition, we said that h is also the same as change in x. So in this case, we are going to divide this by change in x and also do same to the right side, to the left side. So in that case, this will cancel itself. So we have change in y over change in x is equal to 1. We are not stopping it here, remember. We are to find the y, the x, and not change in y by change in x. Please note that this and the y, the x are not the same. This one is change in y over change in x. This one is the y, the x. Okay, so what it means is that for me to have the y, the x, I am going to introduce my limits. Did you see from the definition? For you to have this, you must introduce limits. So in that case, we are going to introduce our limits. And what to be our limit? We are going to introduce as this change in x tends to, remember our x is changing s, as it tends to 0, then we can now change this to become the y, the x. I hope that is clear. So we now have the y, the x is equal to, our answer will become 1. So this is what you get for differentiating y. Now you may ask, why didn't we stop it here since we still have 1? We can't stop it here because in our second example, you will see the reason for not stopping it here. I hope that is clear. So for you to get it, you must ensure you introduce your limits. It is until then that this changes to the y, the x to give us 1 as an answer. So you see, we got the same thing with when we did it using the formula methods. So let's go to example 2. Example 2, like we said, we are going to use both the power rule and the first principle. So let's take the power rule. Remember, our y is always, the y, the x is nx power n minus 1. Okay, so to answer this question, we have s is equal to t squared. So what do you do now? To differentiate this, it is going to be called ds dt. So this will now be ds dt is equal to, use this power to multiply, so we have 2 we multiply t, then subtract 1 from the power, 2 minus 1 will give us 1, and t to the power of 1 from your indices still gives you t. So this will give us 2 multiply t, and 2 multiply t will give us 2t as an answer. So if we differentiate this, we are going to have 2t. Now let's look at it using the first principle. So we are going to have s is equal to t squared. Okay, as we said it earlier, introduce your change. So this will be s plus change in s. I hope you are seeing how we are changing. You can change the variables if according to what you are given. So it's not always the s, the y, or change in s, change in y over change in x. Okay, so here we're going to add change in x to x is equal to, now for this, how do you represent this? Let's assume we only have t. If we only have t, it's going to be t plus change in t. I hope you know. But since it is t squared, whatever thing we have for t, we are going to square it. Did you see it? Please don't write this like this. Don't say t squared plus change in t. Please, this is wrong. Don't practice this, okay? What you need to do is just, this t is what you have here. So whatever power you have, put it on top of that, your expression. Supposing what we have here becomes 3, it means that here will also be 3. I hope that is clear. So what we need to do now is to expand this, okay? We are going to use our normal expansion formula for when we have a plus b to the power of 2. Okay, so if you have this kind, we are using the formula which says square your a plus use 2 to multiply this, so we have 2ab, then square your b. So this is the formula we are going to use to expand this. I hope you are following. But remember that this does not mean change times t. I hope you know, it's just 1. So don't split it. So let's expand this. To expand this, we are going to have t plus change in t all squared is equal to, this is our a. Okay, so it will now be t squared plus introduce 2, then your a is still your t. So we have times t Okay, then what is your b? Your b is the whole of this, which will be what? Times change in t. Know that this is together, so don't split it. Then plus, what is your b? My b here is still changing t, so it will be changing t to the power of 2. I hope you see that. So let's simplify this. We are going to have t squared plus 2 multiply t is 2t. Then 2t multiply this will give us 2t change in t. Then plus change in t squared. So this is how to expand this. You can use your normal expansion, whichever one you are good at. Okay? So for expanding this, this is what we have. So we are going to replace it now. And that will give us, this has given us t squared plus 2t change in t plus change in t squared. Remember, it is s plus this. So what do you think we should do next from our definition? The next thing is to make this change in s the subject. So we're going to have change in s is equal to t squared plus 2t change in t plus change in t squared. Remember, this is positive. To remove it, you use its additive inverse, which is minus s. So do it to the both sides, means that here will be s. Okay, so this will now give us change in s is equal to t squared plus 2t change in t plus change in t squared minus. Now, what is my s? My s from the question is t squared. So I'm going to replace this with t squared here for easy simplification. I hope it's making sense. So at this point, we are going to do simple elimination. This t will cancel this t squared because we are subtracting the 2. So we are going to be left with change in s is 2t change in t plus change in t squared. So what do you do at this point? We are done with the numerator. The next thing is to divide by your change in s. Here, our change in s is change in t. Okay, so we're going to divide this one by change in t, divide this by change in t, and divide this by change in t. You see, it's very simple. Okay, so what do you do next? Now you cancel out. This can cancel one out. Remember, this means change in t is twice. That is what this means. So we're dividing it by change in t. See, it will cancel 1 to be left with 1. So in that case, we are going to have this will take 1 off. So this will now give us change in s over change in t is equal to 2t plus what we are left here with is change in t. I hope that is clear. So you now see the reason I told you that you are not supposed to stop here. You know we are supposed to get the value for this. So that is why you need to introduce your limits. So we're going to introduce our limits. Remember, as change in t tends to 0, what happens? We are going to change this from change in s over change in t to become what? ds dt. Did you see that? Until you introduce your limit, you cannot change this to become d. Did you get that now? So this will now give us 2t plus, this we can replace it with our change in t, which is 0. So we are going to put our 0 here. You see, it's very simple. And you know that 2t plus 0 is giving us 2t. Okay, so it means finally that change in s over change in t will give us 2t as an answer, which is also what we got using the formula or the power rule. I hope you really learned a lot in today's tutorial. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Let's know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Remember, your comments help us to serve you best. Share this video with your friends and colleagues, and also don't forget to give us a subscription. It encourages us to do more. Remember, I will still meet you again to discuss on other aspects. Till then, remain cool. Bye-bye.